Hey, what's going on, guys? You got my boy NBA Jerry here. How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing good, man. Back for another video.
Yep. After like what, a good year or so?
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I think our last one was December of 2012.
Oh, so about 11 months. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, time flies, but hey, nothing flies as high or as fast as that guy right there, right?
That's right. That's right, my friend.
Yeah. Anyways, man, okay, first off, I highly appreciate you taking out a few minutes out of your day/night to make this a video with me, alright?
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, it's just very dejecting as a diehard Bulls fan to have Derrick Rose out for yet another season. I can't believe this. He's out for yet another season with I believe it was a torn, what was it called again?
Meniscus, I think?
Yeah, there you go, on his...
Yeah, torn meniscus.
It was on his good knee, which is now no longer going to be as good because he just had quote-unquote successful surgery, which I believe he did. But then again, even a surgically repaired knee is never as good as it once was,
Right.
But, in all honesty, I mean, I don't know what to make of it anymore. I'm seriously losing some faith/hope in the Bulls ever getting a seventh championship. Then again, that's just my take on it. How do you like perceive this, Jerry? Honestly, like just give me your honest take on this.
I mean, my honest take is it's tough, man. When you lose your franchise player for the second year in a row, because everybody keeps saying he's out for the season, even though if they said it takes 4 to 6 months. I don't know why is that going to be the whole season, because he can come back for the year. I guess maybe he's shutting it down or something. I don't know, because you know how long he took last year, but it's definitely tough when you got a good young kid like Derrick Rose. And I mean good kid. I'm not talking about just because he's a great player. Obviously, that's the reason everybody said he's a great player, but he's just a good kid. And for him to work that hard and go through everything he went through physically, mentally, all the criticisms of why he didn't play late in the season and in the playoffs and everything he's been through, and then to come back, he came back pretty strong. He started off slow a little bit, but for him to put all that work in and him to go down again with a non-contact injury to his knee, that's tough, man. That's tough mentally. It really is. And it's tough for the NBA, and the NBA is definitely at a loss with this news with Derrick Rose's injury.
Definitely. And, I mean, it just had to be Derrick. I mean, it just had to be the youngest MVP in NBA history. I mean,
Right.
Is that just like a scary coincidence or what? I mean, because obviously at age 22, which was in the 2010-2011 season where Rose, got the MVP at age 22, But I read up the stats. If and when D Rose misses this entire season, which he most likely will, that means that for the last 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, he would have played a total of only 50 games. And not just that, they say, yeah, exactly, it is tough. And not just that, but they say it's going to be even tougher for Rose to bounce back like a second time from this injury,
Yeah.
And that's an if, it's not even 100% guarantee that Rose will come back and play. Who's to say that he's not going to do what Brandon Roy did? He called it quits at what, 27? I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
But I don't know. I mean, I still do think the Bulls will make the playoffs. I'm going to predict again they're going to be the number 5 seed with a record of what should I say, 45-37. But that's just my take on it. I do see us getting past the first round, but then again, I see us losing again in the second round, most likely again to the Heat. Then again, only time will tell, but trying to focus mainly on D Rose. I mean, do we just tank this guy or what, man? I mean,
No way.
you don't think so?
No way. Tank Derrick Rose?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I mean, like, just, sorry, drop his contract and, like, get a different player or something. I mean, no?
No. The guy you drop is Carlos Boozer. You know that. You got to amnesty him. But honestly, if I'm the Bulls, now I'm not with losing games on purpose or anything, but obviously, Derrick Rose, as great as he is, as dependable he was his first couple of years, he's got, obviously a big, hurdle to leap to be back to where he was. And everybody knows that in today's NBA, it's hard to win a championship with one superstar. So what I would do if I was the Chicago Bulls, and I know this is going against everything what a lot of people think, and I'm not saying tank the season, but I would definitely be trying to go for the draft this year. Because of course you want to see playoff basketball in Chicago like they did last year, but there's no Nate Robinson this year to spark you guys without Derrick Rose. You got Kirk Heinrich, Joakim and Luol Deng and all those guys, Taj Gibson, but without Derrick Rose, man, Nate Robinson not there to back him up, to give the spark. I don't see the Bulls I don't see the Bulls even making the playoffs.
Really?
They might make the 8 seed. Maybe they might make the 8 seed. Or they probably could make the 8 seed or 7 seed just because the East is so weak. I don't see them getting out of the first round, though, like they did last year. I really don't. But, who knows. But what I would do is I would definitely be shooting for that 2014, draft class with those ridiculous up-and-coming superstars coming out of college. I would definitely go for that if I'm in the Chicago Bulls.
In the category of aiming for the 2014 draft, I could not agree any less. I mean, that's their best option, because D Rose, man, this guy, I hate to say it, man, he's just too fragile. Non-contact injury twice. First time, obviously, tore his ACL. Second time, tore his right, what's that word called? The M word. Yes. Meniscus, yeah. So, I mean, what does that go to show if this guy's gone down for the entire season twice with a non-contact injury? I mean, can you just imagine if it was a contact injury? I mean, just...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but you gotta understand, Derrick Rose, we haven't seen a lot of players like him. A guy that is, a point guard with his athleticism, his power, his speed, his strength, the way he just, bursts into the lane and he jumps with explosiveness and the way he cuts and turns and moves. That's tough on your joints and your knees and your muscles and stuff like that, So I wouldn't call him weak or fragile. I just think he's just a product of just the way he plays, because he's a very strong individual. He's very strong. He has a very strong upper body. He's got strong legs. It's just that the torn was the ACL last year was very unfortunate. But I think with the torn meniscus this year, it might have been a compensatory thing where you're compensating for one side of your body to the other, and that could have been it, But it's tough losing Derrick Rose, man, for the whole year, especially how good of a shooter he is. He's probably going to have to change his game when he comes back, because I've said this once and I'll say it again. The NBA is 90% mental.
Yeah.
And mentally, he has to go through a grind again. I mean,
For a second.
again,
Year.
for months and months and months and months and months, man, just to get back to the point he was this year and only playing 11 games. So we'll see what happens, man. But if it's me, if I'm the Chicago Bulls, I'm amnestying Carlos Boozer. I may, Luol Deng's going to be a free agent. I may try to trade him before the deadline or try to re-up with him, whatever you're going to do. And then I would not try to make the playoffs, and I would shoot for that the NBA legendary draft that's going to be coming up in 2014. That's what I would do.
So it sounds like you would like the Bulls to do what the Cavs did in the 02-03 season. Hence why they got LeBron James. Because I was reading up on a article not too long ago. The Cavs in the 02-03 season, their last couple games they lost on purpose to get the number one draft pick. And that's how they got James, LeBron James.
Yeah, because the NBA is not like the NFL. The last team in the league just doesn't get the automatic pick. But it definitely gives you a better chance. The more games you lose, the more ping pong balls you get. So, Chicago, for every game they win and fight and grind to get that tough W, if they don't make the playoffs, that's going to be a detriment to them, because the more wins they get and they don't make the playoffs, the worse chance they'll get to get a top 6 or 7 players that can change your franchise. I mean, these dudes that's coming out now, yeah, exactly. These guys that are coming out are franchise players. So, like I said, I am definitely thinking the Chicago Bulls should do what the Cleveland Cavaliers did in the 02-03 season.
Okay. Now, my last question to you here, I just want your honest take on it. Now that the Bulls have lost Rose and the Bulls are no longer a legit threat to the Heat doing a three-peat, do you think that LeBron and the Heat are going to do a three-peat this year?
That's tough, because there's a lot of factors that go into that. I mean, it's definitely going to be the Indiana Pacers and the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Just like last year?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And Indiana played a tough 7-game series against the Heat.
Without their
very tough.
By the way, Danny Granger.
Yeah, but Danny Granger's not their best player now.
Paul George, he's dominating the East, man. If not the entire
Paul George. Yeah, Paul George is the second best player in the East right now.
After LeBron, right? Obviously. Okay.
He's right now, if the MVP was to be given out, it'd be between him and Kevin Love. And I think I'd probably go with him right now. So, will the Heat win the championship? Man, three-peat. If I had to put my money on it right now, I'd probably have to put my money on the Heat.
Likewise.
But there's a lot of variables to that. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets obviously are struggling along with the New York Knickerbockers.
Uh-huh.
But I think they'll come along. But at the end of the day, it's going to be down between the Pacers and the Heat. And the Pacers are looking good, man. Those boys are looking good.
Yep.
And then out west, it depends on the matchups. If LeBron and them are fortunate enough to get past a tough Pacer team, which I don't know if they can, man. I don't know. But if they do, the Heat are going to have to play a tough Western Conference opponent in the NBA Finals. So we'll see. I don't know who's going to win, but like I said, if I had to put my money on it right now, I can't bet against LeBron James right now. But there's so many factors. There's a good amount of teams that can win the championship right now in the West. There's only 2 that's going to do it in the East. So we'll see what happens.
Same here. But yeah, I do think that he will do a repeat at that, and we're short on time, guys. So we'll get to you guys soon. All right. Take care, guys.